show you my toys.
Hey everybody, this is D Hunter bringing you another action figure review. Today we're going to be looking at the Fortnite Skull Trooper action figure. This is by McFarlane Toys. They've been around for quite a while. This is a 7-inch scale. This is the first time I've ever seen McFarlane Toys try to use such great articulation. They brag about 22 moving parts on this figure. McFarlane is traditionally known for making statue type figures, so I'm happy they're finally trying something new. For a game where dancing is so important, articulation is very important to have. So let's check out the package here. At the top you can see Fortnite. It's in blue because it's a male figure. Skull Trooper, ages 12 and up. Now you can see the actual guy. I think he looks really good. Can't wait to check him out outside the package. There's a stand in the background here. There's a backpack here, and I'm really hoping that's interchangeable with other figures. We've got the bolt action sniper rifle. I wonder if maybe it's a legendary. And then we've got his pickaxe, some kind of bull skull on top of a stick. I don't actually have this pickaxe, actually, nor do I have this skin myself in the game. I believe the Skull Trooper came out last year for Halloween in 2017. They made a ever so slightly different variation of it this year for Halloween again. I've kind of wanted to get the skin, but haven't had enough V-Bucks to get it at the right moment. So my first thought when I saw this figure, I'm a huge Batman fan. I thought to myself, this guy would make a great Scarecrow Thug. I need to buy like 4 of these guys for Scarecrow Thugs. And I think I'm actually probably not going to pursue that. I have a better idea. There's a Batman villain named Lord Deathman, very obscure villain that I'm going to take one of these Skull Troopers and turn him into. When did I say one of these Skull Troopers? Because I did buy an extra one to customize into Lord Deathman. Cannot wait to do that. I love obscure Batman villains. And then I'm going to keep this one as is, as a Fortnite figure. So, side of the package, we've got the Skull Trooper, and then it says Fortnite. The top, once again, Skull Trooper and Fortnite by McFarlane Toys. The other side, a big picture of the Skull Trooper. The bottom, really just a bunch of useless junk. And on the back side, here it is, bragging 22 moving parts, so supposedly 22 points of articulation. Here we got a couple different pickaxes. Here is Series 1, I believe this to be Black Knight, Cuddle Team Leader, Skull Trooper, and Raptor. And then here we go, Series 2. Oh look, let's just keep it a mystery for everybody. Well, guess what? Here is what Series 2 is going to be. They actually showed this at some sort of convention a long time ago, and I've kept this picture bookmarked just for this purpose. So, let's go ahead and check out what this guy is like out of the package and what he can do. Alright guys, well now that we got him out of the packaging, let's take a look at how this figure looks. I absolutely love his sort of skull outfit. It looks like something that somebody would wear for Halloween, kind of one of those little joking skeleton outfits people wear. So check out his face. I see it's got that little skull cap thing going on the top. Kind of like it. You know, the little bones all the way through him, all the way down the middle. His legs. Check out backside. Once again, more skeleton parts in the back. You can see where his backpack goes. And his head. I do think this guy looks really nice. My intent was to buy 4 of these guys to use as Scarecrow Thugs. But like I said, I kind of abandoned that idea because I wanted to make him into this Batman custom called Lord Deathman. Here's a photo of what Lord Deathman looks like, the Batman villain, the obscure one that I'm planning to turn him into. Really, as far as I'm concerned, all he's going to need is some sort of little cape, cloak type thing. He might need a little bit of repainting, but this is pretty much what the guy looks like. That was my plan with this guy, still is my current plan with him, but I may go back and get some more of these guys to use as Scarecrow Thugs. I actually really like that idea. Scarecrow doesn't ever have any thugs in the action figure world, so this would be a great substitute for that. My collection is predominantly Batman and related, but I do enjoy the game Fortnite, so I had to get these figures. Plus, they look really cool, but I can have multiple uses for these guys. Next, let's check out this guy's accessories in their entirety. Down below, we've got the accessories this guy comes with. We've got 1 gun, 1 backpack, and 1 pickaxe. The pickaxe is called Death Valley. It's not intended to go with the Skull Trooper skin, and I actually don't know which skin, if any, that it's intended to go with. Next, we've got the bolt action sniper rifle. This comes in both purple and blue in the game. That would be epic and rare. Very nice gun, does a lot of damage, especially if you get a headshot. We've got the stand, very boring. I'm going to put that in a box, never to be seen again. And then we've got his backpack. It's called Precision, I believe, and it's supposed to go with a skin called Elite Agent. I do not believe they have a figure currently planned for that, but that may change in the future. The really cool thing about all these accessories is they're interchangeable. In the game, you could have a bunch of different weapons for each character. You can pick your own pickaxe, and you can customize any pickaxe you want that you've earned with any skin you're using. And then you've got the backpack, which can be switched with other skins that you use in the game. And in the action figure world, you can swap any of these parts out with the other skins as well. As this line continues to grow, it should be a lot of fun. Now I must say, there's 2 figures currently released, both the Skull Trooper and the Cuddle Team Leader. I think the Cuddle Team Leader is a lot more unique looking, a lot more robust and colorful, and this guy, though, I think I actually prefer him to the other one. This is one that really excited me when I saw the figures they were releasing for the line. I had intention of using him as a henchman in my Batman world, but even without that, I like this figure quite a bit. He looks really cool. So now let's check out how he is holding some of those accessories. The first thing I want to look at is the bolt action sniper rifle. It is very long. It's a great sniper gun from the game. Does a lot of damage if you hit them in the head. First thing I want to talk about is here at the bottom of the handle. On the handle here you can see where it's got some dark spots. As I'm continuing to put this in and out of his hand, the paint seems to be rubbing off the sniper rifle. Either that or the black paint from his hand is rubbing off onto here. I imagine over time this is going to end up looking pretty bad. He does hold the sniper rifle very nicely. All the figures seem to be left-handed, which I don't believe that to be game accurate. I haven't actually checked yet, but I can't imagine every single character in Fortnite is left-handed. So if I want to put this in his hand, I like to put it in backwards at first, sort of slide it in to the open hand, and then flip it around, get the trigger finger in there just right. Probably not the best way to do this. And then bam, he's standing up here ready to snipe some people. His articulation allows him to do so many different poses. He can actually look through the scope of the sniper, no problem. He can lay down flat and snipe his enemies on top of buildings, etc., etc. He can be looking down. They have great range of motion to be doing things like that, sniping people down below. All in all, it's a very nice gun. Like I said before, all of his accessories are interchangeable. Here he is holding a scar that came with the Cuddle Team Leader. Really liking the fact that you can mix and match these figures and accessories with each other. Here he is holding a grenade launcher. I've supplemented from a different action figure line. I think this came with the Expendables figures, but it works out pretty good. Not quite as cartoony as the guns that these figures come with, but it works pretty nice as a game accessory. Here he is holding an RPG. This RPG came with the McFarlane Walking Dead action figure line. That's the same company that makes the Fortnite figures, McFarlane Figures. I absolutely love the RPG in the game. It's one of my favorite weapons. If you know how to use it properly and you don't kill yourself with it, you can get some serious kills with this thing. Check it out. Like I said, like the other one, it looks a lot less cartoony than the Fortnite games, but I think it looks really nice with this guy. So looking at their accessories, they are swappable like I said before. You can see them both holding the different pickaxes here. In addition to that, I put them with the 2 different backpacks that they've released so far. No problem swapping them out. Love the idea that these figures are going to be somewhat customizable, especially over time as we get more and more various accessories. Here he is pickaxing the wall in front of him, trying to gather resources and brick. And if you pickaxe long enough in the game, the wall will actually physically disappear. Here are all the different weapons compared to each other. Wouldn't this be a nice inventory to have? An RPG, bolt action sniper rifle, grenade launcher, and a scar all at the same time. Like I said before, I was planning on army building these guys into Scarecrow Thugs, so I did buy 2 of them. If I'm not going to be pursuing that, I still bought 2 of them because I want to turn one into Lord Deathman from the Batman universe, and one to keep as is for my Fortnite shelf. And as you can imagine, with 2 figures comes 2 sets of accessories. Wanted to give you guys a real nice clear look at his face. The paint job is frankly superb. It looks really nice. I mean, the teeth, I don't see any imperfections at all in his paint job. That's one thing I've noticed about the couple figures that I've got. Their paint jobs are flawless. but it does seem like a little bit of rough play will start scratching paint off fairly easily. So next on the agenda, let's look at the height of these figures. These are McFarlane figures, and they are on the 7-inch scale, a little bit bigger than some of these 6-inch action figures that are out there. These guys should be about 7 inches if they're 6 feet tall. So let's see how big this guy is. Alright, to me it looks like he's just a hair under 7 inches, right to the pretty much the bottom of my finger. So looks like about 6 3/4 inches tall. Fits in pretty nice with the Cuddle team leader. Next, let's look at this guy's articulation. These are the first time McFarlane has ever produced some superbly articulated figures. The packaging boasts about 22 points of articulation, but a lot of those points of articulation are double jointed, so I think it could really brag on even more than that if it wanted to. So first of all, his head. It goes around absolutely no problem, up, down, spins around. It's really nicely done. He can look up this high and look down this low. When used in combination with his ab crunch, he has a great range of motion for looking up and down off the side of buildings. Next, we got a shoulder. So they've got sort of this dropout sort of piece that it gives it an extra bit of articulation. You can kind of see that inner part, how it moves around with the shoulder. His shoulder can go all the way up to there. Looks really nice. He's got a bicep cut in here. Then he's got double jointed elbows, which is always a pleasure. I love double jointed elbows. Bam, there's the bottom part working, and then the top part. So this guy can scratch his head, do all this good stuff that a lot of action figures cannot do. His wrist can go up and down. You can barely probably see it on there, but it has one sort of area that goes up and down. So if you wanted to change that, you'd have to sort of adjust the hand inside the wrist so you can get it to do that in different ways. I feel like it's connected at the top here and at the bottom here in two different sort of ball joints. Of course, it can go all the way around, no problem. Exact same thing on this side. He's got an ab crunch here, which lets him go from side to side. A lot of range of motion here. Go down, frankly, really not that far, and back up pretty decently. He's got another sort of ball joint down here in his waist. Once again, he can go from side to side, give him some sort of personality and some expressions. He can go around and forward together with the other one like this, and then back really nicely. Then he's got his waist. Now, you can't see any evidence of joints in here. It's done pretty well. They've hidden them very nicely. They can go out that far. Not full splits, but pretty close. They can go forward, really pretty, kind of sad, not very far forward. And back, frankly, not really at all. Next, we've got double joint knees. There they are, all the way around. And then we've got his feet. Now there are, I believe either side of this can move a little bit, and they can go up this far, back down, no problem. If you were to want to rock them, you could sort of flip it around and make it so they could rock on the sides, but I prefer to have it able to go up and down. Now, one big issue I'm having with this guy is he's really hard to stand compared to the Cuddle team leader. He loves to fall. I kind of got to get that sweet spot, get it just right for him to stand up. I feel like it's not quite right. You can kind of see him tumbling a little bit. If the thing I think needs to fix this, if they could rock a little bit this way, you get it just right. But I prefer not to have to make it so you can't go up and down with these guys. So I'm just going to have to live with the fact that he's a little bit rough to stand up. It can definitely be done. Next on the agenda, let's get some action figure comparison photos. So this guy compared to the rest of my Fortnite action figure collection, which is not that big so far because they've only released 2 figures. Here they are. They look really good. They fit in nice together. Like I said before, her colors are just so robust, so vibrant. She's so different compared to the Skull Trooper. Here he is compared to some DC Universe Classics and DC Multiverse figures. These are more of the 6-inch scale, whereas Skull Trooper and Fortnite figures are of the 7-inch scale. Just a comparison to see how they stack up size-wise. Here he is compared to some Hasbro Marvel Legends figures. Once again, these guys are of the 6-inch scale, so they're a little bit smaller than the Skull Trooper. Here he is compared to some Mattel WWE wrestling figures. I thought these figures were more of the 6-inch scale, but they're a little bit taller than the DC Universe Classics. They actually fit in pretty good size-wise with Skull Trooper. And now here he is compared to some DC Direct and DC Collectibles Batman figures. These figures are traditionally the 7-inch scale. You can see the first one is Capullo Batman. He's probably the shortest of all of them. Then Arkham Knight Batman. He's arguably one of the tallest DC Direct or DC Collectibles Batman figures. And then the Arkham Asylum Batman from many years ago. They stack up pretty nicely together. Here he is compared to some DC Mezco 112 collectible figures. These figures are more of the 6-inch scale, so they're a little bit shorter compared to the Skull Trooper. Here he is compared to some Diamond Select action figures from several various lines. These are of the 7-inch scale and stack up pretty decently next to the Skull Trooper. They're almost a little bit bigger than he is. Here he is compared to some other 7-inch scale McFarlane action figures from various lines. Same company made the Fortnite figures. They fit in okay together. Here he is waiting around a corner, getting ready to take out his enemy as soon as she walks around, although I would put my odds on the Cuddle Team leader as she has a scar versus his bolt-action sniper rifle. Here he is sniping someone from on top of the roof. Here he is being pushed by his buddy into a shopping cart as he's holding his scar ready to take people out as they're being pushed around. Say this is a team of duos using the same skin. Here he is getting ready to open a chest and hopefully find some good loot. Here is a battle royale scene with all the different figures in my collection that screamed Fortnite to me. Got a couple kind of regular looking guys fighting off with the 2 Skull Troopers in 2 different shopping carts. Then next we've got some bunny looking guy opening a chest. We've got the panda shooting down below with these guys, and then we've got the Skull Trooper, or the Cuddle Team leader up top, who's getting ready to get a free kill taking out this guy opening the chest. Now here they are with my Scarecrow army. You can see I have a bunch of Marvel Legends. I think they're Hobgoblin or Demigoblin figures with pumpkin heads that work great for Scarecrow thugs. Just going to show you, they do fit in really nicely in my opinion with Scarecrow. I might consider getting some more, but maybe not. We'll just have to play it by ear at this point. Overall, I must say I'm pretty pleased with this figure. His detail is really nice, his articulation is really nice, his accessories are really nice. If you play the game and you like the skin, if you think you want the figure, get the figure. I play the game, I don't have the skin, but I really, really do like this figure. He's definitely my favorite of the 2 so far, although Cuddle Team Leader is really cool as well. I think the next couple figures look not nearly as impressive as these 2, but we'll see how it goes. If you like this video, press like below. If you want to see more of my videos, press subscribe to get notified when they come. If you have any comments about the video, please put them below. If you have any other action figure review requests, please throw them my way. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to you guys soon.